America bows to no one. No one said that. He said that. How dare he say that? The weapon's only meant for one thing, to kill people.
No, I wasn't, and I don't. Were you? No.
Read the polls, Jack. You guys are all the same. Talk about being deprived of your pride. That is your judgment. That is your judgment. That is not the judgment of the press. Give me a break. Come with me. Watch.
Man, that's intense. Really intense. I did not know until recently that part of brain degeneration might be anger and aggression. Of course, you can be angry and aggressive when you're younger, but anyway, it's associated with Parkinson's. And so is this crazy walk that he's got going. I don't mean to sound insensitive, but look, he is the president, and we expect more. You don't have to be a doctor to know this stuff or to observe that something is off, but we have a doctor to make sure we're right. Dr. Brett Osborn, board-certified neurosurgeon and anti-aging specialist. Looks like he just walked out of the OR. Thank you very much, doctor, for being with us.
Of course.
Now, you know, look, we're supposed to say, and it's fine, I guess. Have you ever evaluated him? Have you ever met him? Have you?
No, sir, I have not.
All right, but given what we've all seen, what do you think's going on here?
Right, so I'm just going to frame it around what was just stated. During the debate 2 Thursdays ago, you saw President Biden exhibit what's called frontal behavior. This is sort of unimpeded, disinhibited types of behavior, and in this case characterized by multiple outbursts that appear uncontrolled, almost as if he were yelling in fits of rage. The frontal lobe, for those who don't know, controls our impulses. It's sort of like the check valve for the brain. So when President Biden does this, it's almost as if he lacks impulse control. That's one of the reasons why if you go to nursing homes, you hear people screaming inappropriately or incoherently. It's because their frontal lobes are degenerating or malfunctioning from some sort of neurodegenerative disease, such as Alzheimer's disease or Parkinson's.
Wow. Disinhibited. That's a great word, disinhibited. I mean, how about when he walks up to women he has never met before and, you know, nuzzles them, caresses them, grabs them by the waist? That's disinhibition, possibly, right?
That is classic disinhibited behavior. As I had said, it's almost as if he lacks impulse control, which is one of the dominant functions of the frontal lobe. So when these areas of the brain degenerate, as in Alzheimer's disease, as in Parkinson's disease, we start becoming impulsive or disinhibited.
Wow. Impulse control, I think, would be kind of a good thing to have when you're the most powerful guy in the world and you got aircraft carriers at your disposal and intercontinental ballistic nuclear missiles. What about this? I mean, his caretakers, if you will, the aides. This is kind of political, maybe outside your what you deal with every day. But remember, they try to say the problem was us, like we were manipulating the video and the audio. Does a certain contingent around a patient become their enablers, help them, defend them, or is this unique because it's the president?
Sure. Well, the answer is this is not a medical op-ed. This is not some sort of political commentary. These are medical truths. Biden hasn't been right for years. It's been hidden, but now it can no longer be hidden because of what we saw at the debate. And that's why, and again, this isn't a political commentary, the left is in panic mode because everything that they've been hiding for the last 4 years, actually longer than that, is now out in the open, and they're concerned.
Well, Doctor, actually, then it's great that we have people like you stepping forward. And I know potentially this can put the medical community in an awkward position, but, it's right there. We can't deny it. And so thank you. What would be your recommendation? What is the treatment for what he's going through? And for all of our differences with Joe Biden, we want him to be healthy. I don't want him to be president anymore, but what should he do from here on out?
Sure. And we wish him the best, of course. In addition to stepping down from the presidency, which he should do or should be advised to do if he can't make that decision himself, once he steps down, the best thing that we can do for our brains, dementia, no dementia, is exercise, eat what's called a low glycemic anti-inflammatory diet, and take high doses of omega-3 fatty acids and omega-9 fatty acids. So that's the fish oil and olive oil. Basically, eat a Mediterranean diet and exercise.
And when you say exercise, what kind of exercise do you think is best?
Well, I'm a power lifter. I'm a competitive power lifter. So I sort of gravitate towards that. But there's plenty of data to suggest that even walking outside for 30, 45 minutes does wonders for the brain because it increases the levels of what's called BDNF, which is an acronym for brain-derived neurotrophic factor. So exercise actually promotes what's called synaptogenesis, which is the formation of nerve-to-nerve cell connections. It's how we learn, and it's also how memories are formed. So you can see how apropos that is for him.
Hey, one more thing. You know, in the late 1980s, he had brain surgery. And I heard that neurosurgeons, the community, has a saying, when the air hits your brain, you're never the same. And maybe it goes back to the 80s. I think there might be a book by that title. Does that make sense? Because back then, 30 plus years ago, brain surgery was a bit more, well, primitive, obviously. And I think they weren't as sophisticated as they are today. Uh-oh, did he catch that? Oh, I think I lost the doctor. We're going to have to leave it at that. Sorry about that, doctor. Anyway, yeah, that is a thing. When the air hits your brain, you're never the same. I'll find out who wrote it. It was a doctor of some sort. Wow, this is wild, huh? I'll be right back.